Hi everyone, my name is Yuval. 10 years ago when I was a senior at Orono High School, I presented at the MLTI Student Conference about my adventures and learnings in web design and development. And I attended a few conferences before that, and I always remember the sessions being very interesting and leaving feeling curious about some new topic. Technology has still very much been a part of my everyday life since. After graduating high school, I moved out to Seattle and studied computer science at the University of Washington. After that, I took a job with NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, where I worked on it with a team of scientists to help them automate the population counting of seals and polar bears off the coast of Alaska. So they would fly planes off the coast of Alaska and collect millions of images, and they needed a way to automate the detection of these animals in the pictures. So I got to implement machine learning models to find these different species of seals and polar bears in all these images. And so that was a really cool job. I learned a lot about machine learning, sort of my first foray into machine learning. But I really wanted the experience of working for a big company in the tech world. It's kind of common knowledge that working for a big company is generally really fast-paced. You get to learn from a lot of really smart people, and so I wanted that experience, and I joined Amazon Web Services a year and a half ago, and that's been truly an insane experience. Our team deals with hundreds of millions of events going on in our services every day, and it's really cool working at that scale and sort of seeing how everything works behind the scenes there. It is a lot of the internet is hosted there, so it's a very rewarding job. And a year and a half ago, this is maybe not a job, but another sort of foray into technology that is completely new to me. But I bought a van that I wanted to build out and do all the electricity, do the lights. I have internet and I can charge in there, and I have running water. And so I learned how electricity works. I learned how to build things with wood, how to use all these different power tools, how to measure thrice, cut twice, and yeah, that was a pretty cool learning experience. And yeah, I just wanted to say hello, and that's really crazy that it's been 10 years since I presented here. I remember the sessions always being really interesting and always leaving more curious than when I arrived. So I'm glad you all were able to make it, and I hope you have an awesome week at the conference. Thanks. Bye.
Hello and welcome to the MLTI 2.0 Slam Show, a brand new resource for students and teachers to learn about technology use to its fullest. We are the Student Leadership Ambassadors of Maine. That's where SLAM comes from. We hope that you can participate in our weekly live stream where we answer questions, discuss technology topics, and share student work. Join our community of students and educators from around the state to learn and share with.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.
Hello, my name is John Taylor, and I'm the State Coordinator for National History Day in Maine. The reason I am talking to you is because of the type of experiences that you are having today, learning new skills and exploring resources that you've never heard before. Well, that has a lot in common with the National History Day project experience. While I can't show you all the amazing projects that Maine students have created, we did pull together a few clips that seem to fit the theme of this conference.
Hello, I'm Kate Busco.
And I'm Caroline Sada.
And we just finished making a documentary about the Clean Water Act for the National History Day competition.
We've been involved with NHD since 8th grade. That's 5 years. We've learned a lot about history, but also about video production, interviewing, and how to conduct research.
We love creating documentaries. I started out using iMovie, a free app on Apple computers and something most of you are probably familiar with. Sophomore year, I switched to a professional editing software called Final Cut Pro. With iMovie, I familiarized myself with basic techniques for documentary production, which helped me learn how to use Final Cut.
Documentaries have many components. We combine photographs, documents, interviews, and video clips to tell a story. Much of our research involves historical documents and archival material, so the Ken Burns effect has become our best friend.
We use our phones to scan documents and photographs. The camera you keep in your back pocket should not be underestimated. Use the tools you have on hand. Simple can be effective.
There are many ways to interview people, but Zoom has simplified the process because many people became familiar with it during the pandemic. You can interview and record anyone from anywhere, so no in-person meeting is necessary.
Making documentaries for NHD has given us the freedom to explore topics that interest us and to use the technology around us. It requires creativity and problem solving.
We are going to show you a clip from this year's documentary. It focuses on Maine Senator Ed Muskie's role in the Clean Water Act. Keep an eye out for how we used camera zooming and Muskie's audio from the 1970s to tell the story. So, without further ado,
if we resist change because it's more comfortable not to, then we will not come to grips with this problem. And that is our great challenge. And I'm sure we'll respond to it, but we're going to have a great many fights in the process.
In the 1970s, Edmund Muskie fought to pass the Clean Water Act, which centralized federal power, introduced ambitious goals, and encouraged citizens to become environmental stewards. Breaking through this legislative frontier changed our nation's fundamental assumptions about water.
throughout American history, factories were the center of communities who depended on the jobs they provided. However, industrial progress exploits natural resources, including waterways, which are used to dispose of waste. Because of water's economic value, Americans saw the degradation of rivers as a necessary sacrifice.
You look at the river and it's blue today, or it's, green or red or any, whatever chemicals are tossing into the river, that's the color of the river.
Growing up on Maine's polluted Androscoggin River in the 1920s, Ed Muskie saw abuses of industry, but recalled that we didn't think about pollution. The word wasn't part of our everyday vocabulary, and it was hardly in the public dialogue.
Throughout the early 20th century, state governments sporadically addressed pollution, but water quality standards drove industry away.
States, essentially the states or localities were competing with each other economically. It was a mess.
The first national law to address water pollution was the 1948 Federal Water Pollution Control Act, which was weakly enforced and only applied to interstate waters. Still, pollution control remained a largely local issue as water quality was not deemed important enough for extensive federal regulation. For cleaner water, America's priorities had to change.
National History Day is a program that encourages middle and high school age students to do independent historical research and present their findings to professionals in the museum, library, and historical field. They can do so in one of 5 ways: with a documentary, a paper, website, exhibit, or performance. Learning is cross-curricular, project-based, and teaches a multitude of world-ready skills. The program is a contest-tiered system starting at a regional level to our state contest at UMaine in Orono and the national contest at the University of Maryland every year. National History Day in Maine is sponsored by the Margaret Chase Smith Library, the University of Maine, the Maine Masonic College, and the Maine Humanities Council. To learn more, visit our webpage at mcslibrary.org.
The discovery of the North Pole on the 6th of April 1909 by the last expedition of the Theory Arctic Club, for which through centuries men of every nation have struggled and suffered and died, is won at last and is to be worn forever by the Stars and Stripes.
By 1900, close to 800 men had died attempting to reach the North Pole. It had become the fixation of the world, not only because it was one of the last geographic frontiers, but being the first to the pole had become a symbol of national pride. In 1909, after 18 years of preparation and several failed attempts, Matthew Alexander Henson, Admiral Robert E. Peary, and 4 Inuit became the first people to reach the geographical North Pole. Not only did they break this frontier in exploration, and break a cultural frontier by being the first to adopt Inuit techniques, but they also broke a racial frontier because Henson, an African American, was Peary's right-hand man at a time when racism was pervasive in America.
from Lubeck Elementary School.
Okay, welcome, Lubeck Consolidated School. We are doing the Slam Showcase on the road. And we bring Miss Black over here. You can kind of step in. Come on over. Grab a seat. Thank you. Very good. That's right. Very good. So, welcome.
Thank you.
What do you think of today?
I think it's wonderful, and I learned a bunch of stuff that I didn't know how to do that I thought was really cool. And I'm not great with tech, so it helped a lot.
Awesome. What was your favorite kind of tool or trick that you found out today?
How to create, we're building a home. The kids know we're building a home. So how to create the house. I think it'd be really cool to this weekend be able to get on my computer and kind of make the house the way we want it, to be able to see it virtually.
Yeah.
Because I have a hard time like seeing things in my head and picturing it.
That's awesome. And once you get the house created in Tinkercad, right? Was it Avery? Did we move yours into CoSpaces? Your house?
Avery?
Yeah, Audrey? Riley. Close enough. Riley, did we move your Tinkercad house into CoSpaces?
Yeah.
So can you show Miss Black how to do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. So that you can put it in 360, you can look all around it and all that cool stuff. Awesome. So we're going to pull some kids up. Why don't I'll have you pick a couple kids, like 2 kids to come up and just talk about, do the same thing, interview them and ask them questions. Is that okay?
All right.
All right.
What we did? Gunner?
Come on down, Gunner. Come on down, Riley.
I'm going to get out of the
Yep, perfect. Come on down. Yeah. All right, so start by telling me your name.
Gunner. Riley.
Riley, welcome. Thank you, guys. Riley with a B? Riley, gotcha. That's right, because you had it on the front of your house, right? So what was your favorite thing you learned today?
The VR.
Oh, like the VR thing? Yep. What about you?
How to put the house in GoSpaces. That was pretty cool.
Ah, actually, I think you both did that. So you built the house in Tinkercad, and then you downloaded it, right? And then you dragged it into CoSpaces?
Yeah.
Nice. And I think you actually had the file from last year's Milty conference.
Ship.
Yeah, tell me about that.
About the rocket ship?
Yeah, what'd you make?
A rocket ship.
Last year, right? For the Milty conference? And then what did we get it to do?
We got it to go up and like fly into space.
Code it and take it off? Yeah, awesome. What did you make for your virtual world?
A deep abandoned shipwreck.
Oh, I think I saw yours, right? And you had like somebody swimming around, and I think you put an elephant statue in there. Yeah, nice. All right, awesome. So do you see yourself using some of these tools in your class projects going forward?
Yes.
Yeah, for what?
For probably science, maybe.
Science, sure. What about you, Riley?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. For the 360th of virtual reality, I know that we talked about like maybe you can create something in that world for science or all kinds of stuff. One thing we didn't get into today, but you can bring in actual pictures too, and so we're going to help you with that later on. All right.
I saw one in the home screen that had like an actual picture.
Oh, really? Yep. Well, we'll show you guys how to do that. Awesome. Well, thank you guys, both of you, for coming up. So wait, hang on, before you take off, you are going to get. So we talked about the VR headsets. Have you guys seen headsets like this before? So this is cardboard, and what you do is you open up, it's got Velcro on it, and you put your phone or your parent's phone into it like so.
That I'm probably going to do on the way home.
Do on the way home, sure. And then you can look at your virtual reality world you built today, yeah? All right, so let me give you guys each one of those. There you are. Thank you very much. And a big round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Awesome.
What was your favorite session?
Probably the VR.
VR. What did you like about it?
How we could express our creativity and build stuff.
Do you ever think you'll use it in the future?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, thank you. What session were you in?
I don't really know. Tinkercad. Oh, Tinkercad.
What did you like about it?
We got to build a lot of stuff, and I got to make a dinosaur, so that was
That's
pretty cool.
Do you ever think you'll use it in the future?
Probably, yeah. We use it quite a lot in class.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. What session are you in?
Tinkercad.
And how do you like Tinkercad?
All right, what's your name?
Sean.
What session were you in?
Canva.
What did you like about Canva?
That you could put little like astronaut GIF into your like.
That's cool.
And we've got to bring Miss Morse up here. Come on down. There we go. Come on down. Fantastic. So, yes. So, what do you think of the day?
I thought it was awesome. Learned a lot.
What was your favorite part?
I think watching the kids all participate and follow along and knowing that they were so good on their devices that they were able to just keep right up.
And they did. They did a great job. All the presenters, we talked to them. And so let me ask you, do you see yourself using some of these tools we did today?
Absolutely. I think Miss Mitchell already has plans to make some posters.
Oh, very good.
And for the upcoming dance.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to do some prizes for our crew here. Do you guys all took the SLAM exam? Yes? Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to go through the questions. We're going to pick out, of all the correct answers, the random winner. Now, we did it by initials. If there's anybody that wins and two people have the same initials, guess what? You both win. Okay, cool? All right, here we go. Ready for question number 1. And these are for more of these SLAM cubes. You guys were excited about these earlier. Here we go. SLAM exam question number 1. Virtual reality with code spaces. What's the virtual space in a scene around you called? What do you think? Do you guys remember? Close. The environment. Let's see how many people get this right. The winner is TL. Come on down. Come on down. All right. Excellent. Good work, buddy. Next question. 3D modeling with Tinkercad. That was my favorite session, one I happened to do, but also my favorite. In Tinkercad, what do you call that blue grid that the models are placed on? Do you remember? Workspace. It was a workspace, not the hydroplane, not the seaplane. Workspace. Workplane. The winner was GB. Hey! Gunner. Nice job, buddy. All right. One more to go.
Come on.
Graphic design with Canva. Could be you. What's the type of file that is animated? Well, here's my question. This is a very tricky subject, right? How do you pronounce it, Miss Morris? Is it GIF or GIF?
It's a GIF.
A GIF. How many people say GIF?
Yeah.
How many people say GIF? Yeah, you like your peanut butter, right? So it is a GIF or GIF, however you pronounce it. But the winner is BB. Come on down.
Just a side note,
Yes,
Mr. Kelly. When somebody is called on the loudspeaker in our school, they're called by their first name because we only have 1 or 2 repeats.
Oh, a first name?
First name.
We have been at one school that we actually had 3 kids with the same initials. So they all won, which is great, All right, so we have a couple more things. One is, if you think you are all going home empty-handed, don't worry. You will all leave with one of the VR headsets when you head out. Every one of you will get one of the headsets. And as a final prize for the school, do you want to move this back or do you want to do it?
What? You do it.
Okay, do you want me to do you or Miss Black?
Oh, Black.
Okay, Miss Black, come on down. Come on down. All right. We need to do
teachers too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, to commemorate this entire thing, you guys hear a little buzz over my left shoulder here. I would like you guys to wave to the drone first to do a school selfie. Everybody wave to the drone. Can you guys see it? Everybody wave. When we got 5 or 6 pictures, Cole's going to give me the thumbs up. All right, we got it. So what would you guys do with a drone if you had one for the school? What would you do with that? Oh, the whole school? Yeah?
Use footage to find the area of the school.
Very good. Would you guys might use it on beach day, this thing I just learned about? Yeah. Well, good news. You guys are getting your very own drone.
No way.
Yes way. So you guys are getting your very own drone to use in your classes, to use on beach day, to use however you think is worth it. In fact, after this, we're going to go outside. You guys are going to the beach, I believe, and we'll take it out, take some pictures of you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You guys are so lucky. That's awesome.
All right. And so with that,
we're going to go use it.
We're going to go use it right after class. We're going to go outside. All right, guys. Thank you, Quebec School. Be curious, and see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.
My name is Brianna Adkins, and I got to speak at the 2017 MLTI conference about my experience at Kudwaklasi, which is a coding camp for young women and non-binary individuals, and as well as my experience as the founding editor-in-chief of Pretty Smart magazine. Life since high school has been crazy but a dream. I attended 7+ seasons of New York Fashion Week, moved to New York City, interned at Estee Lauder, and graduated summa cum laude from Pace University with a degree in communication studies. Since MLTI, I've connected my loves of technology, communications, and content creations to get to the person I am today. Someone who's really passionate about subjects ranging from human rights to fashion, and now the Associate Media Planner and Strategy at Zenith for Verizon. If there's one thing I want you to take away from today, it's this. Technology is an incredible tool, and with this tool, you can use your voice, your passions, and everything in between to create really beautiful things. So I want you to go out there and create as much as possible. Have a great day.
Welcome to the MLTI Slam Show. I'm Jared, and today is Thursday, October 13th. In the MLTI Slam Show, we learn from students just like you from all over Maine. And we'll begin today by following along with Cooper Rice from the Comus, who will teach us about customized Tinkercad models. Of course, you can use tinkercad.com to make their custom 3D models that are printed for our SLAM exam winners. Then viewers can, of course, take the SLAM exam, a chance to win prizes by answering questions about today's show. Then, as always, we'll wrap up the show with the SLAM demo. This week it's going to be Brush Ninja, an animated GIF creator. Now, please mute your mic, and if you have questions, enter them in the chat. So, Alex, that's his name, our moderator, can respond during the show. And remember, your account is connected, so everything you type is connected. So be kind and have fun. So welcome, Cooper. Glad you could join us. What do you have to share with us for today?
Today, we're showing you tinkercad.com. This will help students be able to make their own custom 3D model that we can print on our 3D printers. So for starters, type in tinkercad.com right up here. Once you are here, go to Login, Personal Accounts, and sign in with Google. Once you are in this menu, go to the top right where it says New. Click it, 3D Design. Here, you'll be given a work plane. This is where all your projects go and where you can edit them. So click Home, bring you to the home place. Go up to the top left and change the name. Mine will be called Cooper's Model. Next, you're going to grab the red cube, drag it in, click this little square, change that, go up here, set this to 50.
And now type in there. Look out.
Okay. Wait, hang on. You're gonna go here, click this corner, go to the top number, and click 100 or type in 100, and set this one to 50. Lastly, grab this middle square and drag it down to 5. Now we have a little rectangle to work with. You can change the color if you want to. I'm gonna make mine green. There you go. Next, you're gonna grab a text, put it on top of your box, and select Whole. Now you're gonna change your name, click this little text button, erase that, and put in whatever your name is. So for me, it's gonna be Cooper. Enter. And now you might notice it's a little bit too big, so grab this box here, make it a bit smaller so it can fit in. Put it in the middle. There you go. Click top. Next, you're going to drag down and select both. And go up here where it says Align. Click that. Now go back home and click this left middle square or circle, this bottom circle, and this right middle circle. Now your name is all aligned within the box. Next up, you're going to grab the box or click it, take this little arrow and drag it down to where this says 0. Next, you're going to grab them both, click Group, which is right up here. And once that is done, go over to Basic Shapes, go all the way down to Shape Generators, and click this one. Drag it out next to your name tag, just like that. So next, I'm going to go over to the Revolve Angle, click that, set it to 180. You'll notice it's not aligned with our box here, so grab this little arrow thing and set it to 90. Now drag it in with your name tag, just like that. Next, you're going to grab all the objects, go up here, click Group, click off, and look at that. We have ourselves a name tag. So lastly, you'll notice if we go to the top, you'll see that these little pieces inside the O's will fall out if we print it. So you're gonna go back home, go back to Shape Generators, click Basic Shapes, and grab a box. Take that box, align it with your rectangle, make it 1 wide and 100 long. Change the color to green. and make it one short. Now you're going to take this little box that we have and drag it into our name tag. And look at that. Now no pieces will fall out when it's printed. Once you are done, you're going to go down or up, click export, and save as an STL file. Once you have that file, send it over to slam@mlti.me. Thank you for watching.
All right, Cooper, thank you for that presentation. And those of you watching at home, please remember that if you find this presentation difficult to follow, you can always access these recordings at www.mlti.me to play, pause, and rewind. Now we're going to go and check in with Alex. Are there any questions from the chat? So let's see. We do have one question here. How do you take text out of a shape? So, Cooper, could you go ahead and take that question for us?
To take text out of the name tag, you're going to select the whole thing and click ungroup. And then do this. Okay. And once that is done, you're going to do it once again. Go over your box, go up here, select ungroup. Then you're going to take your text, and you can grab the text and retype it to whatever you want. So let's do, for instance, my last name, which is Bryce. There you go. Put that back in and refollow the steps that were said earlier.
All right, once again, Cooper, thank you for coming on the show and teaching us about customized Tinkercad models. Okay, Slammers, get ready to click the link in the chat to take the Slam exam, a one-question quiz about today's show topic. You, of course, will have until next episode to answer the question and be entered in the prize drawing. Only your first entry will count and the others will be removed. Then we will announce the winner in next episode. That way everyone has a chance to take the Slam exam, even if you're not able to join us live. Now, I will give you a code for you to type in so everyone has the same amount of time. But the Slam exam question from last episode was, which code tag is used to have an action completed multiple times? Is it remake, rewind, or repeat? And the winner is AH from rsu19.net. So congratulations, the Slam team will reach out to you to get that prize to you, so be sure to be checking your email. Now, before we ask this week's Slam exam question, let's check out this week's Slam demo.
First Ninja, and I'm going to show you what it does. So pretty much it's a drawing app with animations. You can do shapes, paint. So like I can change my color to blue. I can draw stuff. If I want, I can go back to here. I can duplicate it, delete it. I can flip it. I can bring it forward, send it back. I'll just delete that one. I can change my background to what I want. I'm going to be doing a spaceship, so I'll do space. I'll have my space one already set. Put that as my background. So now that's what I have. Then I can go to here, press on more, and then it can give me a rocket or a claw or anything. And then I can do my rocket and then make it, I'm going to make mine black, so because of the space, I can make it as big as I want and put it where I want. If I don't like it there, I can move it where I want. But I'm going to change the colors just so you guys can see it more clearly. There you go. Now you can see it. Then I can make a new one. I can make another thing. I can copy that one. So I have the rocket again, bring the rocket up, and I can like tilt it so it's like moving. Then I can go up to here just to copy the rocket itself, and then go to my blank one, my blank page, press this button to paste it, move it a little bit more, tilt it. And then if I really want it, I can move it just a little bit more, make a new page, same thing, go to here, copy the rocket, go to my blank page, paste it, move it like that, tilt it that way so it's like it's about to land. Same thing, paste my rocket, make a new page, put it there, bring the rocket down, tilt it like that, make a new page, paste my rocket, go to here, put it in, and then bring it down. And then you press the blue button and you're all done. And that's Burst Ninja.
Okay, now let's get ready for the slam exam. Our moderator will put the link in the chat, or if you're not watching this live, visit mlti.me and click the slam exam link at the top to enter your answer. Remember, you can only enter once anytime before next week's show. Now, the passcode for this episode is 524. And our slam exam question is, what do you call the grid area you place shapes on in Tinkercad? Is it the work plane, the seaplane, or the hydroplane? All right, we will announce the winner, randomly selected from all correct answers next episode. Good luck. The SLAM team will be presenting at the Actum Conference on October 14th in Augusta, which is actually tomorrow. So we hope to see you there. I know I will be there along with a few other members of the show. Thanks everyone for joining today's MLTS SLAM show. Thanks again to our presenter, Cooper Rice, our moderator, Alex, and director, Aiden. Slammers, if you have questions, would like to make comments, or share the work you created today on the show, visit www.mlti.me and contact us. Those of you in the live stream right now, stick around for the after show live discussion. Student leadership ambassadors, stay curious. We'll see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.
Hi, I'm Chris Jones. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 11 years since I was a junior at Oak Hill High School, standing on stage in front of 1,000 students at the MLTI Student Conference, where I was able to share my story about the importance of technology and education, and how I used it both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. I had a lot of great opportunities to work with people all over the world on some projects that I was really inspired by. And I was lucky enough to not only share my story at the MLTI Student Conference, but at several other conferences in various states, including even flying to Washington, D.C., where I was able to not only share my story, but be with some other students who were also able to share how they were inspired about using technology in the classroom and how it influenced the way we learned. 11 years later, and technology is still a vital part of my life, as well as the importance of education. After I graduated high school, I went to college in Boston, and then after I graduated college in Boston, I began working at LL Bean, which I'm there still today. I currently lead a team in the creative department, where I help oversee and manage the tools and technology that we use to publish content to our customers all over the world. In addition to working at LL Bean, I went back to school to get a degree in education, where I got to focus on education and technology in the classroom and what online learning looks like. So even though my life's a little different than what I thought it would look like 11 years ago, technology is still a huge part of it. And I'm so happy to be able to not only work and live in Maine, but also to continue focusing on things that I enjoy most, which is education and technology. So I wish you all well. I hope you have a great conference, and continue to stay curious.
Welcome to the MLTI Sam Show. And today is Thursday, November 10th. In the MLTI Sam Show, we learn from students just like you from all over Maine. And we'll begin today by following along with Arrow Adams from the Comus, who will teach us about SketchUp. a free 3D modeling software run fully in the browser. Then viewers can take the SLAM exam, a chance to win prizes by answering questions about today's show. And of course, as always, we'll wrap up the show with the SLAM demo, radio.com. Radio stations from around the world at different time periods. Now, of course, please mute your mic, and if you have questions, enter them in the chat so Caitlin, our moderator, can respond during the show. And remember, your account is connected to everything you type, so be kind and have fun. All right, welcome, Ariel. Glad you could join us. What do you have to share with us today?
Hello, I am sharing SketchUp with you guys. First, you're going to want to go to sketchup.app.com. And you're going to want to log in with your Google account and hit Create New. It will take you right to this page, and this man right here is your scale, so you can tell how big or small your building is compared to an average person. All these tools on your left will help you create your building and move it around. You have your eraser, paint bucket, rectangle, push and pull, move, and walk and orbit. They also have keystrokes to them. Orbit is O, which allows you to turn and look around. And H is move, which allows you to move vertically and horizontally. To create your building, you will place your mark of origin tool in the corner and pull out. You can also add specific measurements in the bottom. So let's just type in like 10 feet, and that'll make your building 10 feet. But that's a really small building. So you can use the move tool and put it in the middle and then pull out to make your building however big or small you want it. Now you need to add walls to your building. So you use the push or pull tool, grab from the bottom, and pull up. To look in your building, we're going to need to take the roof off. So you can click the roof, hit backspace. Now you have a box. Mine's a pretty long box, but you can make your box however you want it. To make a doorway, you will be doing the same thing by using the rectangle tool, putting it in a spot, creating a rectangle. Go back to your pointer tool, clicking again, and hit backspace. Now you have a room. Now we need to walk in our room. Use the walk tool. And the walk tool also has keybinds. You can use your mouse, but I find it easier to use keybinds because you can move faster. And you can walk right in your building. You might have to adjust it with the orbit tool a bit. Walk in the building. So this room is pretty bland. We need to add stuff on the walls. And you use your paint bucket to do that. And there are a bunch of different textures that you can do. Like, you do patterns. And then go down. I like this pattern. You can add that to your wall. And you can also add it to the floor. Like with carpets, you just click on it. And click on the floor. Now that we have the basis of our room and we've made it look nice, we can add some furniture. To add furniture, you will go to the tools on the right side of the screen and hit the components button, which is the 3 boxes together. And then you can search warehouse. So you're making your bedroom. Search for a bed. And click on it. Hit download. It will automatically import into your room. It might take a couple seconds, but there it is. And then you can click wherever you want it. You can also use the look tool to look around your room instead of having to move each time. But you could add like a chair. Chair to your room. You would do the same exact thing. Some Models require more space, but you can still import them as you would normally. It just might take a little bit longer than any other model. You can add that. And now that you have your room, you could back up. If you use the scroll wheel on your mouse, it will zoom in and out. And you can look at your room. SketchUp is a great tool that allows you to build so many different structures, and I encourage you all to keep using and creating. Now back to Jared.
All right. So, of course, if you find the presentation difficult to follow, remember you can always access these recordings at www.mlti.me to play, pause, and rewind. Now we're going to check in with Caitlin, our moderator. Are there any questions from the chat? So we have one question here. How do you add 3D models from the warehouse? So, Arrow, could you go ahead and take that question for us?
Yes. To add 3D models, you will go to the Components button in the corner. It's 3 little boxes stacked on top of each other. And you can add. I'm just going to add it right from the top. You click it. And I'm just going to use a desk. And you can add the desk right in by clicking the download button. Just like that.
All right, and thank you for coming on the show and teaching us about SketchUp. Now, Slammers, get ready to click the link in the chat to take the Slam exam, a one-question quiz about today's show topic. You will have until the next episode to answer the question and be entered in the prize drawing. Only your first entry will count and the others will be removed. Then, of course, we'll announce the winner in next episode. That way, everyone has a chance to take the Slam exam, even if you're not able to join us live. I will give a code for you to type in so everyone has the same amount of time. And the Slam exam question from last episode was, what type of file is downloaded to create on my teleprompter is frozen, but with a transparent background. That's worded weirdly, but is a PNG, XYZ, or STL? And the correct answer is PNG. And our Slam exam winner, which is AB from rsu19.net. All right, so thank you, Director Aiden, for the help on that. My teleprompter is still frozen, but we are going to go ahead and move on to, before the Slam exam for this week, let's go ahead and check out the Slam demo.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Slam Demo. I'm your host, Lucas Hennessy, and today we're going to be discussing a website known as Radio, a website that allows you to listen to songs from different countries, from different time periods around the world. Because, let's be honest, we all know that you were looking for a slow song from the 1930s. Speaking of which, let's use the website to try and find slow songs from the 1930s. The way that you would do that is to click on these buttons up here that allow you to choose between different categories of slow, fast, and weird, the only 3 kinds of music. Let's click fast here to try and get rid of that. And of course it's going to start playing a song from the 80s because that's the time period that I was in. But instead, let's click on 1930 to find a slow song from the United States from the 1930s. As you can see, it sounds a bit different than music does nowadays. But not bad. Next, let's try and find a fast song, not from the 1930s, but from the 1980s. Let's add slow in there too, because it can do multiple categories at once. Now, let's try finding a weird song from the future. Let's click on weird, get rid of these two, and click on 2070. Oh, well, this area or decade is empty for now. Well, that's unfortunate. It doesn't have a song for every category. So let's do fast instead. Still doesn't have anything. Unfortunate. What do we do now then? And that was radio. Thank you for watching, and I hope that I have helped you to learn how to use this wonderful website.
All right, and thank you, Lucas, for teaching us about that website. And now let's get ready for the SLAM exam. Our moderator will, of course, put the link in the chat. Or if you're not watching this live, you can, of course, visit mlti.me.
Hello, everyone. And
Do you want me to start that part over? Yeah. Okay. All right, and thank you, Lucas, for that information about that website. And now let's get ready for the SLAM exam. Our moderator will put the link in the chat, or if you're not watching this live, you can, of course, visit mlti.me and click the SLAM exam link at the top to enter your answer. And you can only enter once anytime before next week's show. But the passcode for this episode is 835. And the SLAM exam question is, where can you find existing 3D models right in SketchUp? Is it storage, work plane, or warehouse? Okay, we will announce the winner randomly selected from all correct answers next episode. Good luck. And thanks everyone for joining today's MLTI Slam show. Thanks to our presenter, Arrow Adams. Thanks to our moderator, Caitlin, and director, Aiden. Now, Slammers, if you have questions, would like to make comments, or show off the work you created today on the show, you can, of course, visit mlti.me to share and check out all of our past episodes. So, of course, as always, those of you live in the live stream right now, stick around for the after show live discussion. And student leadership ambassadors, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.
Not watching this live, visit mlti.me and click the Slam Exam link at the top to enter your answer. You can only enter it once anytime before next.
Good afternoon. It's lunchtime. And what do pizza and the internet have in common? Delivery, of course. The very first pizza delivery is attributed to Queen Margherita of Savoy in 1889. The Queen fell ill and a local chef brought her a fancy-dancy pizza that looked like an Italian flag. It took much longer for the trend to extend to the masses, and after World War II, American soldiers were dreaming of pizza, which led to certain cities like New York and Los Angeles to begin delivering the pizza pie. This grew in the 1960s, and restaurant owners trained employees to deliver pizza. The biggest surge in pizza delivery came in the late 1990s and the early 2000s during the widespread adoption of the internet, making it easier than ever to get a hot, tasty pizza pie. Well, there's another delivery system on the rise, especially in our very large state. The delivery of data. Let's call it information. It is an access of digits that represents websites, social media, video, audio, etc., etc. I know somebody whose refrigerator is connected to the internet. Well, speeds vary. And in Maine, we have something called the Broadband Initiative. Schools and homes vary differently on their speed access. You may have noticed this in your own school. Which brings us to today. We are going to do something where we test each school's speed through an internet speed test, and then we will submit those answers, and at the end of today's afternoon session, we'll present those results. Infrastructure in schools and homes and on telephone poles and in the air and underground are the difference maker between how fast a home will access the internet. Of course, the number of devices and what the use is can influence how fast something needs to be. One thing is for sure, though, the demand is increasing daily for high-speed internet access, for entertainment, for academics, for data, clickety-click, for television, for audio, video, for basic communication. The pandemic has taught us that high-speed access to the internet should be equitable throughout the state. Not only will this help education, but the economy. Many moved to Maine during the pandemic to work remotely. And then they said, hey, this place is beautiful. I think I'll stay here. The governor of our state has commissioned a group called Connect Maine Authority to increase the speed on the internet highway and to increase its capacity. So let's raise today